So now we have a choice between two alternative possibilities. We can either choose one thing or another, but not both. For example, we could choose to spend our time knitting or walking, but not both. How do we know what the best economical choice is? By calculating the opportunity cost of each choice. Opportunity cost is a relative concept, which means that you're finding out how much of one thing you can produce in comparison to another thing. For example, if the two goods you're interested in are rice and wheat, then the opportunity cost of producing rice will always be in terms of wheat, and the opportunity cost of producing wheat will always be in terms of rice. The opportunity cost of choosing one possibility is the value of the possibility you gave up. It's what you sacrificed. It's not what you chose, but it's the next best alternative. Let's look at how to calculate opportunity cost using land as an example. In country A, we can use the same amount of scarce resources to produce two things, but we can only choose one thing at a time to produce. Let's say the two things we produce are corn and beef. We can use land to either produce corn or produce beef. The next thing we need to know in order to calculate opportunity cost is how much corn could we produce compared to how much beef we could produce. And remember that we're using the same amount of resources, so this kind of a problem really is going to give us the basis for comparing two alternative choices. Let's say that in country A, we can either produce 50 tons of corn, or as an alternative, we can produce 25 tons of beef. This is our trade-off between producing these two things. Now we have all the information we need to calculate opportunity cost. But we need to know which opportunity costs we're trying to measure based on which possibility we want to choose. Let's start by looking at it from the corn perspective. The opportunity cost of producing 50 tons of corn is equal to how many tons of beef we could have produced, which of course is 25 tons. Therefore, the opportunity cost is found by solving this equation. 50 tons of corn equals 25 tons of beef. What we really want to know is how much beef we could have produced if we chose to produce 1 ton of corn. But the question gave us 50 tons. To reduce this equation down, we divide each side by 25